Hey guys, it's Vicky, and for today's video I wanted to do a little chat about some authors that I have tried one book from and now I want more. So let's go ahead and just get into it. So I'm going to go ahead and start with the first author who happens to be the only male author on this list, and that is Robert McCammon. This should come as no surprise to anyone. Boy's Life was one of my favorite reads of 2020. I absolutely loved it, and now I want to read more of his books, and he has a pretty extensive catalog. He's been writing for decades, so that makes me really happy. So yeah, I'm hoping to continue reading his work. I'm hoping to probably read Swan Song next if I can get my hands on a copy. I've also heard, oh, what is it called? It's called like Gone South or Going South. It's something like that, is really good. There's just a bunch. He's got a bunch of stuff that I definitely want to read. Okay, so the rest of the authors on my little list here are all women, so girl power. And the first one I'm going to mention is Toni Morrison. I read Beloved in 2018 or 2019. I can't remember, and I really enjoyed it. Her books, well, I can't really say her books because I've only read Beloved. Beloved was very beautifully written, haunting. Just her use of language and everything was just really great. That book gave me a lot to think about, and I'm sure that the rest of her catalog is very similar in that regard. I think that the next one I want to tackle by Toni Morrison is probably Sula. I've just heard a lot of good things about that one, but eventually I would love to read them all. Next up, we're going to go way back to a classic. And yeah, I read Jane Eyre like when I started this channel, so that was what, 2017, and I absolutely loved it, and now I want to read more Charlotte Bronte. She doesn't have a ton, but I want to read the stuff. I do. The next one I want to read from her is called, is it Valet? I'm not sure how you really pronounce it. I think that's the next one that I want to read by her. I just love the way that she, in the terms of Jane Eyre, I just loved that voice, Jane's voice in that book, and I don't know, I felt like that was a lot of Charlotte coming through. Maybe, I don't know for sure, but I'm guessing that her other books are going to have similarly strong female characters, and especially for that time period, I just love that. So yes, I cannot wait to dive into some more Charlotte Bronte. Okay, next up we have Jennifer Clement, and I read her book Gun Love at the end of 2020, and it was amazing. It ended up being one of my favorite books of the year. It just, the writing was just so ethereal to me, even though the story was very grounded in reality and covered very serious and real topics. It felt otherworldly. I can't explain it really well, but it was like, it just was like a vibe I just really loved. And so I want to try her other work. I know she has, I know of at least one other one that I cannot think of the name of it right now. I'll put a picture of it right here though, because the name escapes me. But I added it to my TBR pretty much right after I finished Gun Love. I was like, I need more. So yeah, definitely gonna continue reading her work. All right, I've got two more that I want to talk about. The first one is another one, another author that has a very large catalog of books, because she's been writing for a long time also, and just puts them out pretty regularly, and that is Karen Slaughter. I read Pretty Girls in 2020. Was it 2020? Or was it 2019? No, it was 2020. Yes, it was 2020, wow. But anyways, I absolutely loved that book. It was so gritty, it was so fast-paced and intense, and I couldn't get enough of that book. And so I want to read more Karen Slaughter, and she has a ton, because she has, I think, like 2 different series that she has that are ongoing with, like, you know, detectives, and then a lot of standalones as well. And yeah, they're all kind of thrillers or like murder mystery type things that are really gritty, really intense. So I'm super excited to get more of her stuff. I'm not sure what the next one of hers I would read. I've heard The Good Daughter is really good. And then there was another one about the something, maybe I'm getting them mixed up. Something about a wife. I really should have looked these up before I started filming. But it's something about a wife that also I've heard great things. So yeah, one of those for sure will probably be my next Karen Slaughter read. And then the last author that I want to talk about is Tananarive Due, because I have been on the hunt for female horror writers, and I read her book, The Good House, in 2020 and really, really enjoyed it. I thought it was very atmospheric. It had just some great sort of creepy moments, and it was a very slow burn. It was a long book, very slow burn, which I did enjoy. And her characters as well in that book were really great. So I definitely want to read more of her work. The next one I'm hoping to actually read it this month, but I don't know if I'm gonna be able to squeeze it in. But I really hope I can. But I want to read The Between by her. And then she also has a whole series about, I think it's called the African Immortal series, and the first book is called My Soul to Keep, and it has to do with immortal beings, not like vampires, but immortal creatures in that sense of the word, not like blood drinker vampires. Like, yeah. So I've heard that series is really good too. So probably read The Between first, and then I do definitely though want to tackle that series. All right, so those are some of the authors that I have read one book from and want more. Give me more, give me more. Let me know down below any authors that you have recently, in the last year or two, you've read one book and now you just want to devour everything that they've ever written, because I would love to know all of the new to you authors that you have discovered recently. And with that, I hope you guys are having a wonderful week, and I will talk with you soon. Thank you so much for watching.